Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I'm the Compliance Evangelist, and I am thrilled to bring you a special 5-part series on the evolution of compliance from disconnected to connected. This podcast series is sponsored by Gan Integrity. First, a few words from our sponsor, Gan Integrity. I had the chance to speak with the team at Gan Integrity, or GAN as they like to call it, which offers truly connected compliance technology. Through this process, I learned about how their platform is transforming the way compliance teams function. GAN has an interesting story, having started as a compliance consultancy in Europe back in 2004. During their work with global organizations, they realized there was an opportunity to create a new type of technology platform, and they have done just that. GAN Connect has 6 integrated modules that can power your entire compliance program. Today, GAN works with an impressive list of companies across the globe and is growing rapidly. In fact, they just closed a $15 million Series B in funding. GAN is thinking about compliance in a whole new light and solving critical problems the industry has had for years. I enjoyed getting to learn more about connected compliance, and I know you will too. The topics we take up in this series include what is disconnected compliance and how can compliance become connected, how to build a connected compliance program, how connected technology works, and finally, the human side of compliance. In this episode 4, I visit with Martin Albertsen, the Chief Technology Officer at Gan Integrity, on how connected technology works in a compliance program. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, back for another episode in our 5-part exploration of connected compliance. Today, I have with me Martin Albertsen. Martin is the Chief Technology Officer at Gan Integrity. Martin, first of all, thank you for taking the time to visit with me today.
Thanks for having me.
Martin, as you know, we've been visiting this week with several folks from Gan Integrity about the company's overarching mission to connect compliance, what we've called connected compliance. And I wanted to take a little bit different focus with you today, particularly in your role as the CTO, to talk about how connected technology works, and start off with asking you, what makes a good technology solution? Is it dependent on compliance, or is it really independent of compliance?
Okay, so first of all, I think technology needs to work for you and not vice versa, right? So there's a reason that people like using these tools like Excel and other basic, a little bit old school tools because you're in control, and of course they also have some other major shortcomings when it comes to collaborative work and having clean and secure data. But I mean, it's important that it empowers the users. And in our world, which is the software as a service and the compliance worlds, there's a few things that are key. You can't really compromise on quality, and the consequences of poor products are severe. So it's all about the productivity and also being delighted with the solution that you're using. So it's important to put design and usability front and center. So it's not the hard technical requirements. It's also the softer ones. And at Gan, we use our Danish heritage, with the Scandinavian design principles that you definitely feel in the products. And also when we're discussing what to build and how to build it, we like to use the rule of, if you spend half an hour in our tool, there should be half an hour's worth of work less to do next time. We're all too busy to do stupid and repetitive work. So good technology makes you efficient, and it automates what can be automated.
Martin, from your perspective, what should and you touched on several facets, but I wanted to ask directly, what should compliance officers look for in their technological solution?
Yeah, there's a few things. First of all, compliance programs, and not just the technology, but the programs, they change a lot, and they require the compliance officers to be able to adapt to that change. And I think that's a core thing to look for. If the officer wants to be successful and be enabled by technology, they need to work with a product that's flexible and able to enable them to adapt to change. And so the solution does need to be highly configurable, and those configurations should not be long several month development projects, it should be configuration options in the solution. Of course, unless you want to pay for an army of developers and professional services, and that should be something that the technology solution takes care of for them.
So within this adaptability, is that something that you and your team work with clients on after an initial implementation to adapt to either change circumstances, change risk, change in really anything with the solutions?
Yeah, we do. And it's actually something that it's not just my team, the technology team that does that. It's also our customer success team, the ones working directly with the customers. So it's a core part of how we build our solution, that it's configurable, and it does not require coding. It requires configurations by the people that understand compliance.
Martin, one thing that struck me about Gan Integrity is really I'm not sure what the right word is, not unity, but it's really each part of Gan Integrity has a part of not only designing but delivering the product and the implementation, and it's almost seamless, it seems like to me, for the customer to work with Gan, yet have working with the various parts of the company. Would that be a fair assessment from your perspective?
Definitely, yeah, I agree. I call it unification or unified product. That the delight of seeing something that you recognize, even though you're doing a new task, is definitely an important piece of our philosophy for building products.
Wow, I'm glad I was able to articulate your philosophy. That's a great phrase, though, the unification. I think it really speaks to a superior end user experience as well. And frankly, that's one of the things that I think compliance professionals need to focus more on. As you probably know, most of us are lawyers, and we don't really have the professional background and professional training of someone like yourself. So that concept of unification, while it's not alien to a lawyer, it's not something we're going to be looking for and expecting. And to be educated on that really helps me lead to the next question, which is, what is something that most compliance officers should know about software providers that they do not because of their professional background, their training, or where they sit in their corporations?
Yeah, good question. I think it depends a little bit. Sometimes, not all, but some think a lot about the one problem at hand or the one focus area, and that could be, for example, third-party due diligence, and they buy just that or look for just that. But I think there's a wider range of products, and you can get the benefit of a whole suite to also support other compliance tasks. So I think it's important to know that there's an opportunity to get more than just the one problem, but cover the whole range of problems that a compliance department is covering. And another thing that I think is equally important, but a different theme, is that compliance can actually be deeply integrated into the rest of the business, not just technically with integrations, but also business process-wise. So they should be aware of that there's opportunities for integrating all the way, integrating your compliance management system all the way into other systems like the procurement systems, the ERP systems, or the CRM systems. And all of a sudden, compliance is turning around from being a little side branch to a key and proactive part of the business processes. And I think that can really make the compliance officer shine and also make their footprint much bigger in the organization.
Martin, I'm very gratified you brought that up, and actually very intrigued, because that is one of the themes I've heard other Gan Integrity folks talk about. But from a very different perspective, the U.S. Department of Justice actually mandates that for a best practices compliance program. They call it something different. They call it operationalization of your compliance program, but it's pushing your compliance program out of the compliance function into the functional business units to really help them do business more efficiently. So I'm extraordinarily gratified to hear you talk about that from your perspective as the chief technology officer, when we can have those types of discussions really up and down the chain from a service provider such, or a product provider such as Gan Integrity, that helps the lawyers actually fulfill their legal obligations as well. So excellent.
Yeah.
So I'd like to really end with, from your perspective, and once again, as a Chief Technology Officer, how is Gan Integrity built to enable the ideal of connected compliance?
Yeah. Me coming from the technology department, I think, of course, it's key what we're doing with technology here. So we always think platform first when we're building our products. If a problem is important to solve in one area or in one product, it's probably also important and relevant in other areas. So much like Lego bricks, that are, by the way, also Danish, we seek to build reusable building blocks, and this means that under the surface we're building a platform that delivers us to, or enables us to deliver a wide array of products without coding. We build the engine, and our customers drive it. And so since our products are built on a unified platform, they're integrated by design. And this, for example, allows us to show dashboards with an overview of not just a single area, but the complete compliance program. And it also allows us to integrate products with each other within our suite if there's overlapping purposes and capabilities.
Well, it really sounds like, Martin, that you're able to do almost continuous improvement on the product development side based upon your work with a wide variety of customers to continually advance the products and services offered by Gan Integrity.
That's definitely the vision, and that's how we drive it, and that's also how we like to learn from our customers and partners that we're working with.
Well, Martin, unfortunately, we are at the end of our time, but this has been a fascinating exploration for me, particularly from your professional background and as your current role as the CTO at Gan Integrity. I greatly look forward to continuing the conversation.
Thanks a lot for having me.
Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of The Evolution of Compliance from Disconnected to Connected. I hope you'll join me again for the next episode tomorrow. It's a fascinating exploration of a topic that certainly resonates with Chief Compliance Officers. This special podcast series, Evolution of Compliance from Disconnected to Connected, is sponsored by Gan Integrity. This podcast series is a special production of the Compliance Podcast Network.